Hello, hello everybody. This is Melissa from stampwithmelissa.com here, and today I am so excited to share with you a Create in Color challenge. Today is Tuesday, March 1st. That's the day that this video is going live, and so today the brand new Waves of Inspiration bundle is available. I'm so excited. I'm actually in this video. This is actually my first play with this bundle. I'm so excited. So today's card, I am inspired by Manuel Rios. I saw their card on a demonstrator only Facebook group and I loved it. So we're gonna make it today and I hope you guys enjoy it. Our colors this week are Bumblebee, Night of Navy, and Coastal Cabana. So let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, so as I mentioned, we're going to use this brand new Waves of Inspiration stamp set. I love it. We're also going to use some of the dies on the inside. You can see I'm using most of the stamps for this card, and I have not yet cut into these dies, and we're going to in just a second. So I'm going to put that off to the side so I can grab it quickly as I need it. And I haven't even made this card yet, so we're just going to kind of go through it together. All right, so I have got a thick basic white card base here, and then I have a piece of Bumblebee, and this measures 4 by 5 1/4. And then I actually have a piece of the Hey Sports Fan DSP, so this is the other side here, kind of that sunburst theme. I thought that was so clever to use as the sun, and so this is just 1/8 of an inch shorter than this guy, so that is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Let's go ahead and start by adhering these together. And then we're not going to adhere it to the card or the card front yet, because we're going to do a little bit of extra work and I want everything to be flush, excuse me. All right, so let's go ahead and adhere that there. By the way, as I mentioned, this bundle is now available, and so if you would like to buy it, you can head into my description of this video for the link. All right, I've got a piece of basic white here. And let's go ahead. I'm actually going to use my Stamparatus because this wave stamp is huge, you guys. So it is huge. It actually will only fit on the largest block that Stampin' Up! Sells. And I have small hands, so it's really hard for me to hold that block. So we are going to use the Stamparatus. Let me get this positioned into place. We are going to end up cutting this out, so it doesn't matter too much where it's positioned. Let's go ahead and stick it right there. Then I'm going to use my Coastal Cabana ink pad here. And actually it's kind of leaning on my stamp set. I know you can't really see it, but I like that because it helps keep things a little bit more level for us. Let's get that nice and inky. I think my Coastal Cabana might need to be re-inked, but we'll find out for sure in a second. All right, I'm going to close it so I don't make a mess. And we'll go ahead and check it out. Oh, it looks so good, and I actually touched it and got some ink on my fingers. All right, that actually looks super nice. Oh, these are a little bit too close for comfort. If you don't know, the magnets of the Stamparatus are very strong, and you don't want them too close. So let's go ahead and cut this guy out here, and I'm going to do a very loose kind of cut. But we'll just kind of trim up this way. Trim around here. Doesn't need to be like in and out of each of those little splashes of water there. Just kind of a general cut, but I am going into our little wave to cut out this white section in the middle. And we'll go down here, cut that off. And keep going. Now we can tidy this up later. We are going to do some die cutting, so we can definitely tidy this up once we have those dies all situated. And I'm actually going to save this larger white piece to the side as well. All right, let's just cut down this. Nice that it has a nice, pretty even border for us. And we'll cut down here as well. And again, I'm not doing this too straight. You could use your trimmer, but since we're going to layer it onto this piece later, I wasn't too worried for right now. Okay, I'm saving this piece because I'm going to do some die cutting here. So we've got this piece. I want to make it look a little bit less connected. Like that, maybe. All right, so we're going to do some die cutting, but before I do that, let's go ahead and bring in some pieces here. So part of this collection is this beautiful, whoops, I dropped one. This beautiful foil paper. So we've got the Coastal Cabana, and hopefully I'm not blinding you, but the Coastal Cabana and the Night of Navy. I'm going to flip them both over, and I'm actually going to put an adhesive sheet on here. Now these are our old adhesive sheets. I'm still trying to use them up, but we do have new adhesive sheets that work actually a lot nicer than these ones do. But like I said, I'm trying to use these up, so I thought you wouldn't mind if I used some old adhesive sheets here. And I'm just going to apply those to the back of our foil. And I'll peel this one off as well and stick that down. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and actually on this piece here, I have these little strips of the adhesive sheets. Might be a little bit complicated for me to get these backings off, but I'm going to do my best, and I'm going to stick them down on the excess part here. So I have these adhesive sheets on here. Let's go ahead and do some die cutting. So I'm actually going to move a few things out of the way here so I can pull in my machine. And I'm going to show you on camera today all this fun die cutting that we're about to do. So hold on one second. Now I know the camera's a bit close, so you might not be able to see too well, but let's go ahead and we're going to use the Coastal Cabana piece first. And I am going to grab from my dies here. I'm going to go ahead and grab this wave die. Now I need to still convert these over to magnetic sheets. I like keeping my dies on magnetic sheets, and you can see why. Ah! Oh my gosh, because it's actually ripping the paper, so that's why I like to keep them on magnetic sheets, but that's okay. All right, so we're gonna scooch this one this way, and I'm gonna go ahead and just drop that down. And then I'm gonna bring in my other foil sheet here. Here's the Night of Navy one. We'll drop that in and grab our other wave here. Super cool that we've got those two different waves. They kind of die cut out different sections, which makes it nice. We'll put that right there as well, making sure we're all covered, and we will go ahead and die cut this out. Alrighty, now I'm going to bring in, this is our basic white piece that we had here, and I'm going to go ahead and flip this here, and then I'm going to bring in my clouds here. I think they're so fun. And we're going to go ahead, these outline clouds, I'm not too worried about them getting that adhesive backing on them. So these bigger ones here, not too worried about that. But I do want to make sure that these more detailed pieces that make them look like fluffy clouds, I want to make sure that those get on that adhesive for sure. So we'll go ahead and plop these guys on. Whoops, got stuck to my finger there. All right, we'll plop those on. I'm gonna pull this guy down, and then I'm actually going to bring in from our stitched rectangle die set, I'm gonna bring in the skinniest rectangle here for our sentiment. So we'll try to fit that right on the top there. Perfect fit. All right, let's send these through. Okay, now that everything is die cut, we're gonna bring it all back in here. And I'm actually going to reach into my drawer here and grab my silicone craft mat, just to make it a little bit easier. So I know I want the sun to be coming this way, so I'm gonna take this piece here, and let's actually go ahead and layer some of these guys here. So I'm gonna do this Coastal Cabana piece first, and now you can see why I wanted that adhesive sheet, because this is very fine. You could get away with using your liquid glue, absolutely, but I do think the adhesive sheet will be way easier for you. So let's go ahead, we're gonna line up those corners there. And this is where I said too that with that basic white, the wave that we cut, it didn't need to be perfect because we'll go ahead and we'll trim it down to kind of match these super cool waves there. So there's one of them, and the silicone craft mat is just helping it so that it actually doesn't stick down too much. Then we've got this Night of Navy one. There's a few pieces here that didn't cut all the way through, so they don't want to come out, which I'm totally fine with. I'm just going to leave them in, but let's go ahead and peel off our backing. Oh, look at that. Some of the pieces are coming out with the backing, which is nice. There we go. And let's go ahead and stick this guy down. Let's see if we can get this one out since he's a bigger piece. I bet we can. Yep, there we go. All right. And we'll go ahead and stick this guy down right on top of our Coastal Cabana one. And I'm just being very gentle to let it lay naturally where it wants to. So beautiful. I'm going to flip it over, press it down real firm. And before I trim off all of these pieces, I'm actually going to go ahead and get this adhered to my card front. So I'm going to pull in my seal adhesive, which is always my adhesive of choice. We're going to go ahead and just be very generous because I don't want this to pop up at all. And I'm just going to apply seal to the back. We're going to bring in our basic white piece. And I'm actually going to pull it down a little bit so that I can trim off the edges so it looks nice. So left to right, it's actually pretty flush, like that. And actually, I didn't stick this down yet up here, and I do want to just take my snips, and I'm just going to go ahead and trim this basic white so that the foil is what we can see on the top here. So this is the stamped image that I'm just cutting off. You could do it before you lay it down completely. Whoops, there we go. Just like that. Let's go ahead and flip it over, and you can see that we've just got a bit to cut off at the bottom here. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, that looks so schmancy. All right, so let's go ahead. We're gonna get a few more things adhered here. So we've got our cute clouds. Let's bring these clouds down and get those all adhered. There we go, I couldn't pick it up. All right, come here. Oh my gosh, there we go. Do you guys ever struggle with picking those things up off of your craft table? All right, you guys, so I found out what my issue was. This piece actually wasn't on any of that adhesive. So I'm gonna show you with the liquid glue. I'm not going to press very hard at all. I've just got a little bit of glue on my tip, and I'm rubbing it around here on this little cloud image. But that explains why I couldn't get the backing off. All right, and then it lines up perfectly with the bottom of this cloud here. So we'll go ahead and tack that down. Oh, I love that. I love how that helps the cloud to look a little bit more 3D. All right, let's grab this other little piece here. And it doesn't look like this has the adhesive on it either, which is so silly because I tried to make sure I got it, but I must have put the adhesive and thought it was in a different spot. So, all right, we've got some liquid glue on this guy. We'll go ahead and stick it down here as well. Love that. Got some glue on my workspace. I should have left my silicone craft mat in, but it's all right. All right, so look at that. Now my fingers are a little bit sticky, but that looks pretty nice. Let's go ahead and grab some dimensionals here. And we'll go ahead and stick these on our clouds. So I'm gonna put one there, and I bet we can get two on this one. Oh my gosh, that's why. Look at the full cloud had the backing on it. So I just positioned them in the wrong spots. Darn it. Oh well, it's all good. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're gonna stick this cloud down right about here. We're gonna take this one then. Sorry, you can't see. We're gonna take this one and stick it right about there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and stamp on my little basic white strip. So I'm gonna bring in my Night of Navy ink and then the stamp that says Happy Birthday. We'll ink that up, and I'm gonna just pull this down to make sure that I can see and stamp that down. Love it. We'll close this so we don't make a mess. Then we'll put some dimensionals on the back of our sentiment here, which you can see also has the adhesive sheets. It looks like I just stuck things down in the wrong spot. Whoopsies. But, you know, it's okay. All right, so then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna stick this up right about here. Oh, I love it, you guys. And then because this has a whole bunch of stuff on it already, I'm gonna bring my liquid glue back in and add some glue to the back of our piece here. And then put this on our card front. Oh, I love it, you guys. It looks so good. All right, I'll close this and burnish it with my bone folder. So nice, love that. Okay, then let's go ahead and bring in a piece of basic white for the inside of our card. You don't have to have the basic white if you don't want to. I always like to add it. We're gonna go ahead, open up our Coastal Cabana. I'm going to bring in real quick a messy piece of scrap paper because I'm going to stamp off the edge a little, and I've got the little stork on the pillar here. We're going to do that in Coastal Cabana, and I'm going to stamp that right about there. So cute. We'll close up our Coastal Cabana so we don't make a mess. I'll get rid of my messy scrap paper. Bring in this stamp that says, "You're so totally awesome." I love that. Ink that up in Night of Navy and stamp that center. Love it. And then we will bring in the little bird stamp and bumblebee ink. And then we'll go ahead and stamp that maybe like there. And we'll stamp off right there. Oh, I love that with just the two. I think that looks really nice with just two. All right. So we've got those guys. Let's go ahead and add some seal to our basic white. We'll open this guy up and stick it on the inside here. And last but certainly not least, we're going to add some of these gorgeous Rhinestone Waves basic jewels. So let's use maybe these ones over here would be really pretty. So I'm going to grab one of the largest ones and we'll stick that maybe right about here. And then we'll grab a medium one and let's put that, let's put it, where do I want this? This is always the hardest part. We'll put it over there. And then I will grab one of the small ones and let's put that one like right about there. Oh, I love how that looks. Turned out so good. So there is our card for this week's color challenge. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Give me a big thumbs up if you love this Waves of Inspiration bundle. I sure do. I can't wait to make more cards out of this bundle. I love it so much. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you need anything I showed today, you can purchase it down in the description box below. There's a link there. There's also a link to my blog post where you can see some photos of this card. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.